Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this full moon in Gemini, December 15th, 2024, psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But remember, these messages and predictions are not just going to be coming to you from the effects of your sun sign only on this Gemini full moon. This Gemini full moon is also going to affect all aspects of your chart, or certain aspects. So I highly recommend watching the elements that go along with your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign, and your cusp sign if you know it. Because remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign are going to resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you might want to check that out. So all that being said, now on to your psychic crystal reading for the full moon in Gemini, December 15th, 2024. And I'm starting with the element of earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You may really feel like you want to go out of your way from the energies of this full moon in Gemini, where you really want to please people. So you earth signs could be extra amped up to be like people pleasers over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. And we have a black moon on the 30th of December because there's 2 new moons in this month, which is rare. This may be a moon that makes you feel like you want to break down barriers. Now, this could be barriers between people, barriers between generations, barriers between walls. I mean, you know, literally taking down walls. So some of you earth signs are going to feel like you want to break down barriers over this next 30-day period. Some of you earth signs are going to be real watchful. Watchful of what other people are saying and doing. This could be family. This could be in your, personal life in other ways. It could be your spouse or significant other. But it could also be out in the world. Like, I get you, like, kind of tentative and watching, almost like watching, waiting, and listening. But it's like being super aware. You could have some stubbornness or controlling behaviors that could get kicked up by this moon. So this full moon may make some of you earth signs feel like, I'm immovable. I'm not changing my position on this, or, like being kind of stubborn or rigid or not wanting to be flexible. Some of you could feel like that from this full moon. If you have a lot of work to do, now this could be in your home, but it really could be at a job or a company or business you own, where you're going to cycle through it really quickly. So if you have a lot of chores to do at home, if you have a lot of work you have to do at your business or at a company you work for, you're going to be plowing through it with lightning speed. Especially the days around the full moon in Gemini, around the 15th, and for the next 2 weeks and even up to 30 days. This could be a time where you put out a lot of information, like a newsletter, or like to your family, or news and information. Maybe you have a channel on a video platform channel on the internet, and you want to put out some kind of like really compelling news or news blast, or it could be just to your friends and relatives. Some of you are going to, here's a caution, that you are going to take things apart that you really shouldn't. Like you need to ask for permission, or it could be like maybe somebody puts up a Christmas tree and you're like, I don't like that. I'm taking it down and I'm going to put up my own or a different one, or taking down decorations, or could be anything. Something you put up, a picture on the wall, a painting, a photograph, whatever. Something you put online on your social media posts. And if it involves somebody else, like they love it and you take it down, they're going to be mad. Or, you know, it's an image of them that you don't like and you don't ask permission and you just plunk it down on your social media, they're going to get mad. They're going to want you to take it down. This full moon in Gemini could cause some of you earth signs to get worked up over stuff, like kind of like really easily and quickly. So like I see you being extra like short-tempered, little irritable. That comes up here as one of your cautions. So here's going to be the third one. You could get on people's nerves around you because you may be telling them, either I get two things, either you're telling them too much what to do. So if you're feeling extra bossy or dictatorial, or, you know, even if it's you feel like you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart or for good reason, or that it's necessary, and maybe you don't care if you get on people's nerves, but I do see you getting on some people's nerves. So, you know, just think about that. If you catch yourself over the days around the full moon, around the 15th, or for the next 2 weeks or up to 30 days, you find yourself like, don't do it that way. That's not the right way. Or, you know, you get, especially if you're cooking with people in the kitchen, or decorating or cooking in the kitchen, or working on some kind of project, you might be like, that's not the right way to do it. You know, so you might be a little critical or bossy, and you might get on people's nerves. So that's your third caution. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. And, you know, as I've said in other videos, it is that time of year again where I do the yearly psychic tarot readings. So if you're interested in getting my New Year 2025 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot reading for the new year for your sign, that link is down below in the description box in the show more section. And it's also going to be on my website, the links on my videos page. So at theluckymermaid.com. So you may want to check that out. And don't forget the psychic crystal readings for December. If you like the element crystal readings I do here, these are geared specifically to your sign. So you may find that they're giving you more insights and are more helpful. That link for the crystal readings is down below. I do one for each sign of the zodiac every month. So now on to the element of water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. You could really feel like you're bringing in the bucks, you water signs. You may also feel like you could feel like somebody else's cash cow, where they're like, hey, can I borrow money from you? Or, you know, so you could have, and you could also feel extra flush with money at this time. I feel that some of you water signs are going to learn some new skill that will actually help you out at your job or your career or your business, or it could even be financially related. And in the long run, either way, it will pay off for you financially, whatever this is you're learning. You may need to learn some new skill for your job. They may require it, but either way, it's going to be a benefit to you. And this learning about it could happen the days around the full moon, which is December 15th, or on the full moon, or up 2 weeks or up to 30 days, this learning new skill could happen for you. Some of you water signs may find that you're going to be talking to an old flame, an old love, or a love interest. You know, maybe you didn't actually go out with them and date them or, you know, have any kind of love relationship with them. Maybe you just had a crush on them. It could be a love interest from, you know, like you just were into them. Maybe you didn't date. But it could be somebody that you dated and you guys split up and broke up. You may be talking to them, communicating with them. Does that mean you're getting back together? No. Some of you may, but you could be talking for other reasons. Some of you could feel like you want to stay home and kind of hibernate. You may feel like you're in hermit mode. Which I'm surprised for Gemini. I would think it would rile you up. But some of you water signs, you may feel like, maybe you feel like it's too much chaotic energy or there's too much action and you want to be more secluded, have more peace, more privacy. You may find that you take on more work from the energies of this full moon in Gemini, and it could make you a really strong and viable competitor in the field of endeavor that you're involved in. And like going the extra distance and the extra mile for clients and customers. Or for people that you love and care about. And, you know, people noticing what you're doing, appreciating you, like getting that kind of appreciation. If you have to write anything, speeches, written projects for work, any scripts, any book you're writing, or any newsletter or blast or important emails or reports, this full moon in Gemini is going to help the water signs people word things properly, carefully, properly, and accurately. Even though I know there's going to be people in the comment section that are going to mention Mercury's in retrograde and that messes up communication. Well, yeah, that's true. Mercury is, I don't know what day Mercury goes direct. It may go direct on the day of this full moon. I'm not so sure it doesn't. I forget the dates. I think it's when it goes direct. But regardless, it's going to help the water sign people with the written word. This full moon in Gemini may make some of you water sign people feel like you want to show off. Maybe you lost some weight and you want to strut your stuff, or you got some new clothes and you feel like you look pretty good, or, you know, maybe you've had some successes and you're like, I know what I'm doing, you know, whatever, like strutting your stuff, showing off, tooting your own horn. You could use all those adjectives to describe it for some of you water signs. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. You may not want to dig in too deep into somebody's past or into the past. That could be, maybe there's something historically you're looking up, or a particular person's history. Could even be your own history, like from family lineage even, like the family you were raised in's history. But whatever history you're compelled to dig into, I feel like it's not going to make you feel good. Like you may feel disappointed or sad or upset. So be careful of any digging into history the days around the full moon, on the 15th, the day of, the day is around, and for the next 2 weeks especially, and even up to 30 days. The reason, you know, my guides are adding to that. You could learn something about somebody that you like or have, you know, whatever, you feel okay about them, and it could change your opinion about them completely. So be careful of digging into history. I'm going to say that again. whether it's in your personal history, your family's personal history, or history of things or events out in the world. Manipulation is high across the board with the energies of this full moon, my guides are saying. So you may witness that, but like your boss may try to be manipulative to you. Your kids maybe. Maybe your spouse is going to do that. I don't know. But I get like manipulative moves, manipulations, manipulative behaviors from others. You may even be that way yourself as well. It's not like you're exempt, but you may witness it coming at you. This could actually be a moon that agitates you water signs to fight with somebody. And it could be, especially if there's, it could be a male that you're going to fight with, or somebody with really strong male energy. It could really be your father. If your father's still alive and well, or, you know, and around, you could have a fight with your father. But I get it could be anybody, you know, could be your brother. It doesn't even have to be male. You could fight with anybody. So be cautious of that. But especially with males, you may find you feel belligerence toward them or argumentative with males over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So I hope those messages were of help to you, water signs. Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You may be feeling really full of yourself from the energies of this full moon, you fire signs. Like, I'm hearing the phrase piss and vinegar. But it could be any kind of energy, like, I feel you're going to have excess energy. Like the kind of energy you drink when you drink a energy drink, or you know, a few cups of coffee, like that kind of energy. This could drive up some complaining energy in you fire signs. And if there's anything that you feel needs to be taken to court, you may file some kind of like lawsuit or a motion at court, or write some legal letters, or and if you're not doing anything legal, you could just be complaining to, like, you know, whoever is making you mad, or if it's at work or a neighbor, you could be complaining to your love partner, your family members, your friends about something going on. So you could be extra complaining, or you could literally file complaints at the police station, at the courthouse. Anything like that could come up for you over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, but especially the day of the full moon in Gemini, which is the 15th, or the days around that date. You may put in working extra hard and putting in extra hours or extra effort, especially if you have to make something, or like you're decorating for the holidays, or you're doing holiday baking, or you're working on anything to do with like renovating your home, or some project you're working on in the computer, or if you have your own business, or for your bosses, like extra effort, extra focus, extra work, effort, and hours. There could be some kind of situation where you have to stay and wait. You could be babysitting your kid, like somebody in your family's kids, like your nieces and nephews or grandkids. You could be babysitting people's dogs. You could be waiting for somebody to come home so you can go do something, like go on a trip. Like there's this feeling of like kind of being stuck and having to wait. But it's like you're waiting on somebody to, maybe you're waiting on mail to be delivered, or you're waiting on instructions from your boss. But for some of you, it's like you're waiting on somebody to come home or come to where you are, maybe at your job, to relieve you so you can leave. This full moon in Gemini could bring you fire signs more accounts, more business, more clients, more customers. And any work that you do, you're going to be very precise. You're going to have good focus, good energy, good precision. So anything you create right now, even though I know people in the comments are going to say it's Mercury in retrograde, I believe it goes direct on the day of this full moon, but still, you could still be affected by it. But I do get like you having like really good focus, really good precision, attention to detail, especially if you're a creative person where you do any needlework or painting or lettering of any kind, calligraphy or anything. It's going to be fire. It's going to be really good. So good energies for the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, especially the day of the full moon and around it, is going to be really good for you with creative projects, your artistic creations, and any work or things that you have to do, make, or create that require precision, dedication, focus. Some of you fire signs are going to see like your financial picture start to grow. You could have some good luck coming to you monetarily, where maybe you're going to get a raise, or people give you tips for the holidays. They give you bonuses or tips. Or if you sell anything, you could have really good sales. This is the energy I see for you. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. If you need space, take it. Do not let somebody coerce you or force you, like, to go to big events or to a family event or to a party or a gathering, or put you in situations where you're going to be around too many people or people you don't really feel like being around. Don't be pushed and manipulated or backed into a corner about it, because I feel like that could occur for you. So if you don't want to go somewhere and somebody's pressuring you and you really, really don't want to go, don't go. Because if you go, you're going to be a grump. You're going to be grumpy and looking disgruntled and or annoyed, and it's not going to go well. So listen to your intuition and don't cave to somebody pressuring you to go somewhere you don't want to go. You need to know, fire signs, you could have the tendency to be a little too strict from this full moon energy. So, if your kids are acting up and being wild, holidays can make the kids go nuts, especially if they're allowed to eat sugar. Try not to be so strict. Or if you have any kind of rules or regulations or anywhere where it could be at work, could be at a business, could be with your kids, could be with like family, like routines. Try not to be so strict or rigid over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. And a lot of people will be happier around you and appreciate that. I feel like some of you fire signs are going to be worrying needlessly about something that's not going to happen. So if you find like, oh, I hope they don't show up. Oh, I don't want to see them. They're not going to show up. You're worrying and they're not going to show up. Or, oh, I don't think they're going to like the gifts I bought. Don't worry. They're actually going to like the gifts you bought if you're worried about it. Or something. There's something you fire signs are worrying about that isn't going to come to pass. So you're going to waste and expend a lot of unnecessary energy on worrying. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. As I said earlier, after the Earth sign portion, if you want to get my readings for what's going to come up for you in the new year of 2025, my New Year 2025 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot readings are available on Vimeo. I look into each sign of the zodiac, 10 cards. It's a lot of messages and predictions. They're around 40 minutes long. So if you want to see what I got for you there, that link is down below in the description box in the Show More section. Or you can go to my website at theluckymermaid.com, and on the videos page, you can get the individual links. The link down below is going to take you to Vimeo, and then you pick your sign. If you go to my website, you can go to the heading of these videos and pick your sign, and it takes you to that direct video. Don't forget my psychic crystal readings for December. If you like these crystal readings I do here that are for the elements, I go into way more detail for each specific sign every month. So you may want to check those readings out. That link for December is down below in the description box in the Show More section, also over on my website on the videos page. So now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This could be a full moon where you air signs feel inspired and compelled to take a risk or a chance on something or someone. This full moon may just make you decide to change a routine of what you normally do, or a pattern of behavior, or even a tradition. If you're doing certain things traditionally for the holidays in a certain way, you may break with tradition this year, or change your routines or schedules is likely. Some of you air signs may feel like this full moon energy is making you want to broaden your horizons. So if you feel like your life has been too stuck or too limited, you may go on some kind of quest, maybe even an information quest, and do a lot of, researching and computer searches and researching to see if you can find maybe meetup groups you want to go to, or new places to live, or expanding your horizons with some subjects that you're interested in. Maybe you're going to research classes you can take, whether they be online or in person. That comes up here strongly for you air signs. I feel like some of you air signs are going to get a wake-up call, or somebody is going to be suggesting, hey, air sign, you need to think about, maybe you should try for this job, or, do this health procedure, or, getting advice and suggestions from people that want to, give you a wake-up call or point you in the right direction, let you know information, give you and possibly even give you suggestions and advice. You could get a lot of notice and recognition. You can make a big splash at something you go to. Like if you go to a party, a gathering, an event, or it could be at a club, a group, an organization you belong to, or something you get invited to go to, or something you do online where public is seeing you. I feel like you're going to make some kind of people are going to turn and look at you. They're going to notice you. You're going to make a big splash. I feel like in a good way, not in a bad way. Some of you air signs are going to make something that people are going to go over the moon and gaga about. Sorry, my neighbor's doing something out there. And I feel like for some of you, it's something you baked or cooked, But for some of you, it could be like something you sewed or built. You know, it could be a structure, could be clothes that you sewed, it could be food that you baked, but I get it going over like really well. It's, you know, this is something that people like and want, or they ooh and ah over it. So here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. Your immune system could be a little weak, or your muscles could be getting weak. So you may want to think about starting some kind of weight training or strength training for your body. Also, taking vitamin D with vitamin K, or maybe zinc and vitamin C. I don't know, whatever vitamins and supplements you believe in that builds up your immune system. Whatever you feel works for you. Would be wise for you to be taking those over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. That's one of your warnings or cautions. Some of you air signs are going to be screaming and yelling or talking really super loud, but you may not even be aware of it. You may think you're acting totally normal and nobody, like, but you may be getting mad too easily, or you're just talking loud, or you are yelling and shouting. I don't know, because I get da, 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 and people are like it's too much. But I get the energy of the whole picture, like you're not really noticing this, that you're doing it. You're just doing it. Some of you air signs are going to be having an argument. It could be with a sister, which is funny because I believe the water signs, I think it was the water signs, got that they could be fighting with a male, like a father figure. You're getting, it could be any family member, but I hear sister, so it could tend to be a female that you might get into an argument with. So be careful of that, because, you know, holiday time, whether you celebrate Christmas or some other holiday, it's still the holiday season, and you don't really want to fight with people on the holidays, right? That's not the best thing to do, to end one year and start the next. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I also had to come back here at the end of the video to let you know, if in case you didn't know, my psychic crystal readings for the new year of 2025 are now available on Vimeo. I look into every area of life I can think of to look at in this crystal, and I give you what my guides' messages are for this new year of 2025 for each sign of the zodiac. So you might want to check that out. I started them last year. People had requested them over the years. I always do the tarot readings, but I had not done a New Year's crystal reading before until last year of 2024. So if you want to see what I get for 2025 from my guides, that crystal reading might be really helpful to you. So I hope you'll decide to check that out. That link's down below in the description box in the show more section under this video, and it's also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page, where I put each zodiac sign link is there. You just click on your sign. That link will take you to that video on Vimeo. Thank you so much for all of your purchases of my Vimeo videos. You help keep this channel going and growing. So thank you so much for that. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And if you like this video, please click like and share it with others if you feel it's worth sharing. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you would like to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look at very specific topics using a variety of divination tools to bring you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for each sign of the zodiac for these specific topics, I post my most recently recorded video series links down below in the description box in the show more section, and these links are also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. As I said throughout the reading, my New Year's Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac are available on Vimeo. They're my most popular video series I record, and I recommend getting both your sun sign and your rising sign to get more information and messages in a general reading than you're going to get just getting one sign. Also, if you find that your moon sign or your cusp sign is what normally resonates with you in my videos on YouTube and Rumble, then I recommend you get that sign. Also, I have my psychic crystal readings for December for each sign of the zodiac are available. That link is down below and on my website. And I have many links. I have angel readings. I have the Horseshoe Tarot spread, 7-card spread. That goes from July 2024 through July of 2025. So you still got a way long time for those predictions and messages to come out for you. Also, the eclipse readings for the 2 eclipses. We had one in September and we had one in October. I did psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings in one big reading for each of those eclipses, and you're still being affected by those eclipses right now. If you didn't get those yet, you might want to check them out and see what my guides said for you there. So I also want to say, please follow me on my social media pages. I post more psychic predictions and messages there, and those are in writing, usually about 5 paragraphs long. And if anybody contacts you with pictures of me and look like it's me saying, hey, do you want a reading? I don't contact anyone on social media. The only way you will ever get any contact from me is if you're on my wait list or my cancellations list. And then if a reading comes up and it becomes available, or my schedule opens up and I can book readings, then I work from those lists. I don't solicit anybody on social media. So if you're on any of the social media platforms, and they even do it on platforms I'm not on, okay? I'm only on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And I have a YouTube channel and a Rumble channel. So, but I don't contact anybody on those places or in comment sections to see if you want a reading. I don't do that. So you need to block this person and report them if that happens to you. You'll get a direct email from my business email address if it is me seeing if you want a reading. And you have to be on those 2 lists for that to happen. Otherwise, I'm not contacting you. So I hope this full moon in Gemini, December 15th, 2024, brings you absolutely awesome energy. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.